Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, September 8th at 5:42 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time by Zeno Reader. There are 610 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. How to plan for healthcare costs. 48 hours preview, the Black Swan murder? They're going to hang you, woman berates pro-mask judge at Texas grocery store. U.S. Navy launches Mideast drone task force amid Iran tensions. I'm a flight attendant, here are 17 things I wish passengers would stop doing. Navy helicopter rotor hit flight deck in incident that killed 5 sailors. Ex-prosecutor charged in Ahmaud Arbery case booked at jail. WHO chief urges Walt to booster shots for rest of the year. Afghanistan's last 2 leaves after Taliban takeover. Prince Andrew flees to Mummy's Scottish castle, again, to dodge being served by Epstein accuser. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Florida judge allows mask mandates to continue in schools despite governor's appeal, CNN. South Carolina suspends lawyer Alex Murdaugh's law license as investigation widens, NBC News. WHO extends call for a moratorium on COVID booster doses until the end of the year, CNBC. Life is Strange, True Colors Review, IGN. Your batteries are due for disruption, The New York Times. Edward Snowden, Global Bitcoin Game Theory to begin playing out, Bitcoin Magazine. Explainer, what's at stake in the 2015 Paris attacks trial, Fox News. Schumer rejects Manchin's strategic pause on $3.5 trillion mega bill, Politico. Having COVID-19 and vaccine may give some superhuman immunity, study, New York Post. Britney Spears' attorney confirms plans to investigate Ed Jamie despite his petition to end conservatorship, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Trump's MAGA movement sets its sights on Brazil's democracy. Republicans already lying that California's recall election is rigged. Patrick Stewart reveals his NSFW mantra before acting and it's freaking funny. Full speed ahead, Chuck Schumer rejects Joe Manchin's call to slow Democratic agenda. How farms became wealthy's anti-tax mascot. WHO chief urges Walt to COVID-19 booster shots for rest of the year. Kylie Jenner confirms she's pregnant with baby number 2 in emotional video. Kaylee Cuoco source sheds light on star split from second husband. Bob Odenkirk alerts fans that he's back to work after health scare. DWTS brings in Amanda Klutz, Peloton's Cody Rigsby, Olivia Jade and more. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Prisoner wants pastor's hands on Emmett execution. Woman struck, killed by bus while crossing street. Rhino escapes enclosure at Omaha Zoo. Family mourns teen killed in shooting. WI alcohol sales tax collections last year jumped. Farmer makes hempfield maize. Hate mail sent over BLM signs, pride flags. Late teacher's dream for sensory room comes true. House comes under fire in case of mistaken identity. FBI ends search efforts in Crystal Rogers case. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Biden offers ambitious blueprint for solar energy. Major earthquake shakes Acapulco and Mexico City. California recall updates. Mail-in voting may increase turnout. Business updates. Yellen warns that U.S. could default on debt in October. American travelers face new restrictions in Europe. Vast expansion in aid kept food insecurity from growing last year. After Afghanistan, veterans reflect on September 11th. Virginia removes Robert E. Lee statue from state capitol. Climate disaster preparation is more urgent than ever. How the NYPD is using post-9/11 tools on everyday New Yorkers. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. NASA astronaut takes stunning shot of Hurricane Larry from space station. Florida girl, 11, describes how she survived Marine shooting rampage that left family dead. Tom Cotton on Fauci's links to Wuhan lab funding, one of the biggest scandals in modern times. Colts tap Carson Wentz as Week 1 starter after dealing with foot injury in camp. CDC tightened masking guidelines after threats from teachers union, emails show. Which American muscle car is cheapest, to insure? Biden misses deadline to provide GOP senators with number of Americans left behind in Afghanistan. Biden admin mocked for reportedly voicing concerns overall male Taliban government, beyond parity. Ohio murder-suicide leave 2 kids, 2 adults dead, police. Michael Goodwin, Biden will be competing with the Taliban as 9/11 approaches. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, September 9th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. 4th stimulus check, will you get another relief payment? Chris Wallace on book countdown Bin Laden, SEAL Team 6 viewed hunt for Osama Bin Laden as suicide mission. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Up to 1,600 migrants arrive in UK in just 4 days. Millions will still have to pay tens of thousands for their care under Boris' new social care cap. Beijing set to ban new Asian hero Marvel movie because of its links to racist archetype villain. Former Afghan president denies fleeing the country with suitcases stuffed with millions of dollars. 10th day of Heathrow chaos, passengers queue for 5 hours. TikTok's algorithm is promoting sexual content to children as young as 13. Care home boss brings in COVID-positive staff to care for dementia-hit patients. ISIS bomber says he will be resurrected after death as trial into Paris terror attack begins. Peter Boghossian's resignation letter in full. China is considering sending soldiers and workers to the former U.S. Air Base at Bagram. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Fires flare in Israeli prisons amid manhunt for 6 escapees. UK, France grapple with surge in migrant channel crossings. What is the Nipah virus? What to know as India tackles a fresh outbreak. Cleanup begins in Acapulco after strong earthquake. The world 9/11 created, the sprawling, dark legacy of U.S. counterterrorism. A Russian minister dived into an Arctic river to rescue a filmmaker. They both died. A fire in a packed Indonesian prison killed 41 convicts. Many were trapped in their cells. Who leads Afghanistan's new government? Here's what we know about the Taliban's top officials. Powerful earthquake strikes Mexico, shaking buildings and capital. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Emma Raducanu v. Belinda Bencic, U.S. Open quarterfinal, live. Priti Patel meets French minister over migrant crossings. Texas governor accused of deep ignorance after abortion comments, live. Paris attacks, suspects treated like dogs, claims Abdeslam in trial outburst. Coronavirus live, vaccine sharing scheme to get 575 fewer shots than thought, UK reports 38,975 new cases. Removal of Confederate statue greeted with cheering in Virginia, video. Colbert on Texas abortion law, great news for The Handmaid's Tale. The Voyeur's review, Amazon's fun and sexy erotic thriller throwback. I Was a Hypocrite on the Make, unheard John Lennon interviews up for auction. My family were horrified, unseen Sex Pistols photos to go on show in London. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Ethel Kennedy, RFK assassin Sirhan shouldn't be freed. COVID-19 live updates, about 1 in 500 Americans has died from virus. Officials, healthcare rationing could spread across Idaho. Watch, crowd gathers in Virginia to witness removal of Robert E. Lee statue. Live, ABC News Live. Florida man fed up with potholes plants banana tree in road. Second Circuit affirms conviction of former top Cuomo aide. Arrests made in Surfside condo collapse victim ID thefts. U.S. Navy helicopter was vibrating before crash that killed 5. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Paris attacks 2015, accused complains of conditions. Afghanistan, could Pakistani drones hit the Panjshir Valley? Ethiopia's Tigray crisis, mass graves found, Amhara officials. Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte to stand as vice president. India, 1 dead and many missing after boats collide in Assam. Afghanistan, women protest against all-male Taliban government. Israeli troops make arrests over Palestinian prison break. Mexico earthquake, light seen in sky during tremor near Acapulco. Robert E. Lee statue, Virginia removes contentious memorial as crowds cheer. Russian emergencies minister Zinichev dies on Arctic drill. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Can too little or too much sleep increase risk for Alzheimer's? Study supports sweet spot. Virginia removes Richmond's Robert E. Lee statue, its largest Confederate monument. For Gen Z, September 11th is history. Here's how they've come to understand the attacks. With Trump in the rearview mirror, Proud Boys offer muscle at rallies against vaccine mandates, masks. The photo of a grieving 9/11 son was unforgettable 20 years on, he recalls his mom's sacrifice. 9/11 hijackers were hiding in plain sight before the 2001 attacks. How did they do it? U.S. passes 2020 COVID-19 infection total, climate action after Hurricane Ida damage, 5 Things podcast. WHO calls for moratorium on booster shots. 13 Miami-Dade schools workers have died in 3 weeks. COVID-19 updates. Don't stop the siren. Newly unearthed scanner audio reveals early hours of Attica prison riot. Dangerous waves from Hurricane Larry to affect East Coast beaches this week. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. California's coronavirus hot zone, hospitals full, ambulances diverted, patients moved out. Podcast, Why Gavin Newsom Faces a Recall Election. Majority of LA Unified Board favors or leans towards student vaccine mandate. In California recall election, ballot collection is a hot-button topic no one wants to talk about. Actor who faked HBO and Netflix deals is set to plead guilty in $650 million Ponzi scheme. First the snow vanished, then the mudslides began, Mount Shasta summer of pain. Democrats optimistic ahead of California recall election, GOP divided over its front-runner. Column, more than 100 LA firefighters live outside California. Will the city crack down? California's Central Valley overwhelmed by COVID-19 Delta surge. A shaman, a rapper and a surgeon, meet the lesser-known names on your recall ballot. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, September 9th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Italy to allow small-scale cannabis growing at home, up to 4 plants to be allowed. A wide-ranging pro-Chinese influence group is attempting to use social media platforms and other forums to mobilize physical protests around COVID-19 concerns in the United States. Anti-logging protest becomes Canada's biggest ever act of civil disobedience. A 30-year-old suspected far-right extremist has been found guilty for attacking a Jewish restaurant owner in 2018. The attack was part of a week of anti-migrant rioting that struck the eastern German city of Chemnitz. To meet Paris Accord goal, most of the world's fossil fuel reserves must stay in the ground. Britain no longer in top 10 for trade with Germany as Brexit bites. Denmark proposes making migrants work 37 hours a week to earn welfare benefits. Bitcoin crashes on first day as El Salvador's legal tender. Part 3 of IPCC report leaked by scientist rebellion. Singapore, talk to rich people nicely, you're a poor girl. 2 women fined for insulting auxiliary police officer. Russia, opposition politician Boris Vishnevsky says 2 lookalikes with same name as him running in St. Petersburg election in bid to confuse voters. Ministers bow to pressure to drop key climate commitments for UK trade deal with Australia. Trial of 20 men accused in 2015 Paris attacks to begin. Vaccinate or resign, Zimbabwe tells government workers. Taliban willing to establish relations with all nations except Israel. The next headlines are from Forbes. Republicans, in swipe at January 6 panel, ask telecom firms to preserve records of Democrats. How Napa and Sonoma vineyards are going beyond sustainability to embrace climate-positive goals. Billionaire Leon Black denies trafficking ex-girlfriend to Jeffrey Epstein. Family-friendly camp has the answer to this year's toy supply shortage, given experience. Pelosi vows to protect Capitol as Congress braces for justice for J6 feet rally. Florida judge strikes down school mask mandate ban, again, stopping state from punishing schools. Box office, Shang-Chi nabs $6.90 M Tuesday to top $100 in domestic. Sila Nano's battery tech may bring cheaper electric cars, but first a better fitness tracker. Richest 5% of Americans choose not to pay $307 billion in taxes each year, Treasury reports. Green steel is a crucial part of our renewable future. The next headlines are from Nature.com. A roadmap for the Human Developmental Cell Atlas. Widespread woody plant use of water stored in bedrock. Large metrolithicity variations in the galactic interstellar medium. Intercellular CRISPR screens reveal regulators of cancer cell phagocytosis. Pollinators contribute to the maintenance of flowering plant diversity. Single-cell ribo the following reveals cell cycle-dependent translational pausing. Hybrid light matter states formed in self-assembling cavities. Cells of the human intestinal tract mapped across space and time. Unextractable fossil fuels in a 1.5C world. Transmembrane transport in inorganic colloidal cell mimics. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,730,244,593 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Variety launches audio channel powered by Audible. Issa Rae partners with American Express to promote Black-owned businesses. Cinderella, costume designer Ellen Merjanic reveals inspiration for Billy Porter's butterfly gown. Jamie Lee Curtis on why the women's movement should love Halloween's lead character Laurie Strode. Shameless Alan Steve Howie to star in True Lies pilot at CBS exclusive. Last-minute frenzy of pandemic-spawned requirements is turning the Emmys into the Slimmies. Louis Vuitton sets up private shopping at Goya Studios in Los Angeles. Mommy Coleman to lead all music created for Fox Entertainment. Alessandro Nivola commands respect in the Sopranos prequel The Many Saints of Newark. Warner Media 150 acquires This Is Not a War Story for HBO Max, executive produced by Rosario Dawson exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Whatever happened to the Thai sex worker trying to rebuild her life in a pandemic? Fact check, Texas Governor Greg Abbott's misleading remarks on the state's abortion law. The death of a 12-year-old boy sparks worries of a Nipah virus outbreak in India. Howard University partially reopens as it investigates a cyber attack. Watch pets and people run for cover as a powerful earthquake strikes Mexico. Ethel Kennedy, RFK's widow, says Sirhan should not be released. Hong Kong police arrest defiant leaders of the Tiananmen Square vigils. The U.S. Supreme Court will resume in-person oral arguments this fall. A deputy mayor is charged with amassing 16 assault weapons and fake FBI IDs. 15 ex-NFL players have pleaded guilty over a scheme to steal from a healthcare fund. The following headlines are from The Week. Infectious disease expert says White House caving to anxious Americans on COVID-19 boosters. America's wealthiest are avoiding as much as $163 billion a year in taxes. Alan Dershowitz declares the Larry Davids of the world may cost the Democrats the next 2 elections. The trendy philosopher who just won $1 million. Biden sets a lofty solar power goal. Schumer says Senate is moving full speed ahead on reconciliation bill, despite Manchin's call for strategic pause. Pelosi, Democrats won't raise debt limit through reconciliation. Bob Odenkirk is back at work on Better Call Saul, after having a heart attack on set. Ashraf Ghani says leaving Afghanistan most difficult decision of my life, denies stealing millions. Trump has reportedly picked a Liz Cheney challenger to endorse. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. 100 years ago, a flood reshaped San Antonio. A new book shows how little has changed. The next headlines are from Universe Today. What formed the strange troughs on Vesta? A flurry of fall binocular comets. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, September 9th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Small asteroid schemed close to Earth, hours after discovery. What is gravitational lensing? Moon and Venus after sunset September 8 to 11. Blue and gold orbiters bound for Mars in 2024. The next news is from Politico. Germans ponder sea change on tax, spending policies ahead of election. For European Union, Afghanistan is now a four-letter word. Schumer rejects Manchin's strategic pause on $3.5 trillion mega bill. Democrats reopen old health care wounds with $3.5 trillion mega bill on the line. Delta and disasters push FEMA close to the breaking point. Yellen warns of likely October debt cliff and incoming irreparable damage. Shrine to replace church destroyed on 9/11 nears completion. Supreme Court to return to in-person oral arguments in October. Virginia cuts Confederate General Robert Lee statue into pieces. The surprisingly strong Supreme Court precedent supporting vaccine mandates. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. An Islamic State fighter, trial of 20 men accused in 2015 Paris terror attacks begins. PM's vaccine favoritism justified, but tendentious. Criminal charges over minor offenses prod police to change tack on youth cautions. Taylor adds carbon capture and storage to Clean Energy Agency's plans. From the archive 2001, Leighton Hewitt wins U.S. Open days before 9/11. In the Herald, September 9, 1880. Target time and super quiz, Thursday, September 9. Your daily horoscope for Thursday, September 9. Princess Anne tipped to head down under in 2022. How September 11th ushered in an age of panic. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. In one chart, chatter about a commodity supercycle is dying down. Here's why the debate isn't over. More American households with kids went hungry during the COVID-19 pandemic. Outside the box, this worker found a new career that transforms lives. The Margin, you can watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in person again this year. Amazon is the biggest apparel seller in the U.S. as questions arise about whether the business should be broken up. Coronavirus update, number of children and teens with COVID-19 exceeds 250,000 for first time since start of pandemic, as mask and vaccination fights continue. Biden to lay out new steps to curb Delta variant. Economic report, job openings hit another record high in July. Arkansas wind farmers claimed their technology was more efficient than turbines, but they spent investors' money on houses, cars and a Disney World. These jobs are offering lucrative sign-on bonuses of up to $100,000 amid shortage of candidates. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Food Tech Patent Watch, patent reveals Eats' robotic meal assembly machine, the spoon. People in the News, September 8, 2021, Conrad O'Brien, Volpe and Koenig the Legal Intelligencer, Law.com. AAVAA, Incorporated, announces its proprietary invention-directed hearing enhancement technology and launches US $6M to $8M funding round, Digital Journal. Assessing the reasonableness of 5G headline royalty rates IAM. Recent wins for AI device, patenting an era of artificial intelligence, The Lawyer's Daily. 9 points to consider in licensing university technology with Kathy Koo, Lixology. Analysis the claim that the U.S. government already has the power to lower drug prices, The Washington Post. 5 best patent attorneys in Sacramento, CA, Kev's Best. The next headlines are from Quartz. By 2032, most airline passengers won't remember pre-9/11 travel. Why did the UAE kidnap, abuse, and deport 700 African workers? Climate cooperation actually means climate competition to both China and the US. The best employers for remote workers. 56, mostly virtual, ideas to promote fun and relieve stress at work. AppMaker Project Imagine is a case study in how to embrace remote work. Why ergs matter even more in a remote world. The benefit that remote employees need most. Silicon Valley is losing its grip on the U.S. social media market. Crypto volatility, Boeing lawsuit, CO2 suckers. The following headlines are from TechDirt. The role of confirmation bias in spreading misinformation. Biden has wasted a year failing to fill top telecom oversight spots. External investigation finds small number of Aurora PD officers create the most problems, plus 98 other reason to improve. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Robert E. Lee. California recall election. Clinton Portis. Dancing with the Stars. Sam Cunningham. John Mulaney. Al Gross. Tim Bergling. Kylie Jenner. Mexico earthquake. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Germany star Boateng set for Munich court date over claims he assaulted ex-girlfriend, with threat of up to 5 years in jail. Geronimo the alpaca did not have bovine TB, owner claims, as initial postmortem result proves inconclusive. Denmark says female migrants from non-Western backgrounds must do work to get government benefits. Was Trump right? Russia expresses concerns over Iran deal after observing rapid progress in Tehran's nuclear capabilities. Let him dictate his rules in Dagestan, Russian boxer Semenova lashes out at Khabib over ring girl's comments. Deposed President Ghani expresses deep and profound regret for fleeing Kabul, swears he did not steal millions of dollars. Khabib vows battle between two of best strikers in Russia as he reveals Shlemenko vs Gusinov equal FC bout. Explosions and massive industrial fire in Kidderminster, England, videos. Ukraine should be renamed Russia 1 feet as means of trolling of the highest order against Moscow, says famous journalist Gordon. Australian High Court rules news outlets can be held liable for comments under their social media posts. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. You'll slide after one of the strongest 10Y auctions on record. Peter Schiff, Jerome Powell rewrites inflation history. A waste of money, Edmunds calls Tesla's $140 K Model S Plaid a marketing exercise to draw attention to an aging car. Watch, Joe Rogan says he may sue CNN for making SHT up about him taking horse-do armor. BlackRock responds to Soros scathing op-ed, Ray Dalio also chimes in. Trial of Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes set to begin after multiple delays. Insanity, there are now a record 2.2 million more job openings than unemployed workers. Idaho crushes crude output in Gulf of Mexico, ranked worst in 16 years. Gone too far, Taliban paints over George Floyd mural in Kabul. Stocks are suddenly puking. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Pentagon survivors recall horror of 9/11 attack, reflect on war. Bill Gates firm buys Saudi Prince Al Walid 4-season stake. WHO urges rich countries to hold off on booster shots until 2022. How 9/11 helped China wage its own false war on terror. A record number of jobs are going begging in the U.S., what gives? Ashraf Ghani apologizes to Afghans, says he fled to ensure peace. What next? Experts in Canada alarmed by anti-Trudeau protests. Salah Abdeslam in court as trial for 2015 Paris attacks opens. German election, what's next for the Russia-Germany relationship? In pictures, powerful earthquake near Mexico's Acapulco. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Joe Biden lies about shouting New Jersey hecklers. Democrat pollsters warn Joe Biden's incompetence, chaos hurting party, they don't know what the F they're talking about. Job openings hit new record as businesses struggle to hire workers off the dole. Taliban paints over George Floyd mural in Kabul with victory slogans. NFL cancels Grammy winner Victory Boyd's national anthem performance over her vaccination status. No vaccine, no classes mandates spread as academic year begins. Mexican Army captures Los Zetas cartel commander on most wanted list. May focus on recent natural disasters, this is the effect of climate change. Report, White House staffers turn off Joe Biden events out of anxiety. Joe Biden, China, Pakistan, Russia and Iran will work with the Taliban. The next headlines are from UPI News. Look, jar of Elvis Presley's hair auctioned for $72,500. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Tiny home village in Albuquerque helps homeless transition with social services and opportunities. Firefighters finally reach deaf dog trapped in storm drain after 10 hours of trying. 100-year-old enters Guinness Records as world's oldest powerlifter. 8 in 10 Americans have taken steps to improve their health since the pandemic started, poll says. China bans written exams for 6 and 7-year-olds to reform hyper-competitive pressure in schools. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, September 9th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Spanish bishop quit for love for erotic writer. The disastrous voyage of Satoshi, the world's first cryptocurrency cruise ship. Customers prefer bigger dining tables as they work from home. Cops, teens film drive-by slushy attacks. Ohio man charged after claiming dog shot itself in face. Naked woman drove golf cart through standoff with armed suspect, Pinellas deputies say. China built a massive 190-foot statue of a god of war that locals don't like. Now it'll cost more than $20 million to move the hulking work of art. Giant swimming head creature lived in our oceans 500 million years ago. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Twitter aped Reddit with the launch of its communities feature. How apps can support energy supply and equality, the UK example. Deepfake tech doesn't have to be bad. Can you make tires from dandelions and rice? Continental says hell yeah. Amazon Web Services is a $130,000 a year skill. You can start learning it all now for only $15. Scopio is a different kind of stock image service for a different kind of digital user. New surveillance laws give authorities the power to change social media posts. IAA 2021 recap, going big on micro-mobility and greenwashing. Australian publishers will be held liable for comments on their posts. How will that change social media? A short timeline of El Salvador's Bitcoin adoption crap show. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Stretching the capacity of flexible energy storage. High-energy shape memory polymer could someday help robots flex their muscles. Insect protein has great potential to reduce the carbon footprint of European consumers. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, September 9th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA readies James Webb Space Telescope for December launch. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah County Attorney will no longer seek the death penalty. West Nile virus infects at least 11 Utahns and 1 person dies. Paul Krugman, here comes the autumn of anxiety. Utah School Board studying when students can use a new name or pronouns for gender identity. Mormon land, in the wake of Apostle Jeffrey Holland's speech, we explore the life of a previous professor forced out at Bayou. Utah's Tony Finau selected for his second Ryder Cup. From Tonga to Utah, nonprofit leader finds healing in search for identity as Pacific Islander. Salt Lake City man charged with killing a teen and holding people hostage over a stolen bottle of liquor. Police officer and suspect shot in Sandy. Rich Lowry, no, Afghanistan is not the end of American power. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Notorious Russian ransomware group Revil has reappeared. Other blood companies are still pissed about Theranos. Amazon's cashierless tech is coming to Whole Foods next year. PayPal acquires Japan's Paytm for $2.7 billion to crack the buy now, pay later market in Asia. The Gmail app takes calls now, too, because Google wants it to do everything. SEC threatens to sue Coinbase over crypto lending program. UK's ICO calls for browser-level controls to fix cookie fatigue. Astronauts in space will soon resurrect an AI robot friend called Simon. Viruses may exist elsewhere in the universe, warns scientist. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. A Missouri drag strip is up for sale. Report, St. Louis Police Chief John Hayden to announce retirement. The reason why Emo's Pizza cut into squares. Deadline to enter Missouri's third vaccine incentive lottery is today. Fatal motorcycle wreck on I-70 in St. Charles County. 3 arrested for murder of man near Gateway Arch. Space station visible in St. Louis skies over the next few days. Strange foxes found roaming Missouri. Mu variant of COVID-19 detected in Missouri and Illinois. 300 plus COVID cases among students at St. Louis County school districts. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Suspects arrested in Lemon Grove double shooting. Water rates could increase in Poway under new proposal. 5 men save elderly couple from burning car along I-8. I saw how big the flames were. Snell loses gem in 7th. Padres fall 4-0 to AL Angels. Strong quake hits near Acapulco, buildings sway in capital. Police ID woman fatally injured in fall from moving party bus. I'm glad they are feeling a little bit of peace. Local couple opens home to Afghan refugees. Steve from Blue's Clues is back to make things right with millennials. Flex alert, Californians asked to conserve energy Wednesday. We were scared for our lives, witnesses shaken by shooting near Belmont Park. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Sikorsky Boeing team submits proposal for U.S. Army's next-gen helicopter. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. U.S.-China trade was never intended to be fair. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, September 9, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Popular Golden Gate views could soon come at a cost to drivers. Heat wave across California prompts statewide flex alert. Rob Black's winners and losers, Apple announces updates to flagship gadgets. McDonald's may have revealed what grimace is supposed to be. Suspect arrested for setting fire in Petaluma. Labor will always be welcome. Biden draws attention to unions while selling $3.5 trillion spending plan. Breast cancer patient says nurse sexually assaulted her in hospital bed. Elizabeth Holmes trial to dissect downfall of a tech star. Gilroy police investigate shooting involving officer. Vice President Kamala Harris returns to Bay Area to back Newsom. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Some Wayne residents urging village trustees to discuss dog's fatal shooting. Festival September 10th to 16th, Festival of the Vine, Fringe Fest, Naper Pride Fest and more. Indiana school says no shots fired in lockdown incident. A tribute to those who have fallen, list of 9/11 remembrances throughout suburbs this week. Stocks slip as investors monitor the Fed virus impact. Soccer leagues resist FIFA plan for World Cup every 2 years. The latest, Raducanu tries to become 2-teen in U.S. Open semis. Clemson transfer Malusi enjoys heavy workload with Badgers. North Shore, Edward Elmhurst announce merger. Aurora could lose Kane County Board representation under latest remapping proposal. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Early fall is spider season in Seattle, but don't be afraid, experts say. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in West Chile rise August 9, 2021, 1637 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone Olaf 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Orange alert for tropical cyclone Chengdu 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 3.644 million. Green alert for tropical cyclone Constant 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone Larry 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.272 million. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 7 m, depth 20 km, in Mexico August 9, 2021, 1:47 UTC, 1,940,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Central African Republic, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Italy, Serbia. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, September 9th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Train crashes into 18-wheeler at Huffman Rail Crossing, killing semi-truck driver. Clear Lake gas leak forces Precinct 8 constable's office to evacuate and some schools to shelter. Infectious disease expert weighs in on COVID-19 vaccines during pregnancy and booster shots. Danny Amendola, former Patriot and native of the Woodlands, reportedly signs with Houston Texans. Hulu's Wu-Tang, An American Saga cast talks season 2. Houston babysitter gets 20 years in prison after pleading guilty to raping 9-year-old boy. 11-year-old who survived Florida massacre that left baby and 3 others dead stable after 4 surgeries. 2 people shot to death in murder-suicide at Marriott Marquis Hotel in downtown Houston, police say. That's a lot of poison. Gift box of deadly fentanyl was headed to Southeast Houston home, officials say. Great storm of 1900 struck Galveston on September 8. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Macy's Thanksgiving Parade returns to New York City streets. Researchers complete first ever detailed map of global coral. Facebook slams UK antitrust watchdog over call to sell Jiffy. The latest, Blinken says Taliban must earn legitimacy. COVID-19 surge in the U.S., the summer of hope ends in gloom. Whitmer proposes spending $200 MTO replace lead water pipes. Publisher to reissue the Senator's World War I book with corrections. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Photos, great food and lots of fun at Harlem's new Uptown Night Market. 2021 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade to return in full with crowds, barring any unforeseen circumstances. After presidential visit, NJ neighborhood destroyed by Ida hopes for change. Beached rat carcasses indicate mass rodent deaths during Ida, experts say. Early edition, Pentagon wants your suggestions to rename military bases named after Confederate generals. One of the most striking photographs of tenement conditions in early 1900s NYC. Doc looks at staff absence as an effort to improve jail conditions amid continued inmate deaths. See something, say something, a post 9/11 experiment in citizen policing endures. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Yemen, climate of fear grows, all sides to blame, say rights experts. Meningitis outbreak declared in Democratic Republic of the Congo, WHO. A regional agreement for a healthy ecosystem in Latin America and the Caribbean. Climate crisis drives up cost of electricity and brings big changes in Brazil. From locusts to cyclones, the human cost of interlinked disasters. Human activity the common link between disasters around the world, says UN report. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Rutgers bars unvaccinated student from attending virtual classes. Afghanistan, what's the cost of 20 years of war? Harmful language trigger warning added to U.S. Constitution on National Archives website. How the corporate media is indoctrinating Americans with fear and lies. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did ivermectin win a Nobel Prize? RFK wife Ethel Kennedy says assassins shouldn't be released. Statue of Confederate Robert E. Lee taken down in Virginia. Britney Spears' father files to end court conservatorship. Powerful earthquake near Mexico's Acapulco kills at least one. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. John Mulaney reveals Olivia Munn is pregnant, thanks Seth Meyers for saving his life. Patriarch's legal woes mount after South Carolina family murder mystery. Black Lives Matter chants erupt as Robert E. Lee pulled off his pedestal in Richmond. A 6-year-old's desperate fight for life after COVID. Caitlyn Jenner's live-in manager cashes in on her run for governor. GOP election truthers tap a failed politician and conspiracy theorist for sham audit. Toxic masculinity's new target, your local school board. These Mad Max mega heists are the future of Brazil's bank robberies. Love letter to the city that stood. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Senator Cotton wants probe into Fauci after report exposes Chinese lab lie. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist revived by Roku, sets Christmas movie with original cast. The sad part of Matt Harvey's crazy rebirth with Orioles. FBI probing Vermont state troopers accused in fake vaccine card scheme. People are turning to horse therapy to improve mental health during the pandemic. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Why haven't humans reached Mars? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. U.S. Coast Guard investigating nearly 350 reported oil spills after Ida. Massive caldera fire nearly half contained. COVID cases up 300% compared to last Labor Day weekend. COVID cases among children hit record high. Biden tours flood-ravaged Northeast hit hard by Ida's remnants. We've never seen this. Texas doctor struggles to save patients as COVID-19 overwhelms hospitals. Texas hospitals running out of intensive care unit beds as COVID cases surge. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. More than 80 gunshots fired into Charlotte home, killing 3-year-old boy. Michael Bloomberg gives Hochul blunt political advice, be a leader, not a panderer. New Orleans woman charged with murder after death of man she cut with broken bottle. Judge allows Florida schools to issue mask mandates while Governor DeSantis appeals ruling. AOC schools Texas Governor Abbott after ignorant remark on abortion and rape. Louisiana revokes nursing home licenses that evacuated residents to warehouse site amid Hurricane Ida. 8 hooded assailants attack gay man in Madrid, carve homophobic slur into his buttocks, reports. Supreme Court hanging up phone, back to in-person arguments. Historic trial begins for suspects in 2015 Paris terrorist attacks that killed 130 people. Treasury Secretary Yellen warns Congress to raise debt ceiling or run out of cash. The following headlines are from military.com. Evacuees plead for action, we are in some kind of jail. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Supercell thunderstorms produce nearly 70 miles per hour wind gusts, baseball-sized hail, 1 inch of rain and possibly a tornado, forecasters say. Man arrested in apparently unrelated fatal shootings in Waukegan and Evanston, police say. Chicago woman accused of making false bomb threat after missing flight at Florida airport, officials say. Chicago weather, how much did it rain near you on Tuesday? Student brought gun to school in East Garfield Park and showed it to others, police say. Daywatch, Chicago businesses rack up citations for violating mask mandate. Former U.S. Senator Adlai Stevenson 3 dies. Top 10 art shows for fall. Chicago's Resurrection Medical Center resists pressure to provide unauthorized ivermectin treatment for COVID-19. Hurricane season, 17 times remnants of Atlantic storms passed through Illinois. Dr. Joanne Smith, CEO of Shirley Ryan Ability Lab who oversaw innovative approaches to patient rehabilitation, dies at 60. Former U.S. Senator Adlai Stevenson 3 dies at 90. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Global Conservation Congress to vote hot button issues. NASA's next space telescope to launch in December. Study reveals dramatic impact of climate change in the Sierra Nevada. Study of Japanese and U.S. Twitter users sheds light on why emotional posts are more likely to go viral. New embryo identification IVF method set to boost cow milk and meat production. Wider teeth, without the burn. 2 branches of plant immune response closely linked. Want to act on climate change but not sure how? Tweaking these 3 parts of your life will make the biggest difference. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, September 9th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Here's how daylight saving time influences wildlife. Picky eating, can we blame genetics? How to spot synthetic faces online, the clue is in the eyes. 16 best magnesium supplements for women. 16 best magnesium supplements for type 2 diabetes. 20 best magnesium supplements for constipation. 13 best magnesium supplements for sleep. Medical reviews, scam complaints or weight loss diet pills really work? 10 best CBD oil for back pain. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Judge, Florida cannot enforce ban on school mask mandates. Texans to be without K Fairbairn in opener against Jags. Explainer, what was, and is, Al-Qaeda? ACC wide open after league's disappointing opening week. Illinois AG probes suburban police force after 2020 death. U.S. troops killed in Afghan bombing awarded Purple Hearts. Secure Paris attacks courtroom nestled within storied site. A U.S. Marine, a curious Afghan boy, an unfathomable moment. Seeking RB help, Ravenstein Leffy and Bell to practice squad. $3 deal reached in rough arrest of woman with dementia. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Amazon will open first cashierless Whole Foods store in California next year. Report, U.S. could get 40% of electricity from solar by 2035. Oregon-Ohio State Showdown headlines. High-stakes weekend for the Pac-12, results will affect CFP positioning. Fact check, how voter fraud is or isn't shaping the Newsom recall. The 6 best college essay writing services online, review of popular paper sites. San Jose, pedestrian dies from injuries in August collision. San Francisco homicide and 2 shootings reported. Los Altos, what create on State Street Market's opening day. New twist in Murdoch homicide mystery, survivor reports being shot on the road. With new romance and baby with Olivia Munn, John Mulaney ignores well-known recovery rule. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Ghani breaks silence, apologizes for fleeing Afghanistan. What's legal, what's not under the new Texas abortion law? Wary Europe looks to its own defenses after U.S.-Afghan debacle. Drug companies say Dems' plan will wipe them off the face of the earth. Pelosi says negotiations could trim Biden's $3.5 trillion spending bill. Totally irresponsible, Pelosi slams GOP for threatening to oppose debt ceiling extension. Jim Jordan declares real America is done with COVID-19 as college football fans pack stadium. Can heaven wait? Best-selling author says no. Donald Trump to provide commentary during boxing match on 9/11, promoter. The next headlines are from The Intercept. FBI pressured U.S. resident to sign away his green card, forcing him into exile. General failure, how the U.S. military lead about the 9/11 wars. Legal observer sue the NYPD over assault and detention at Bronx protest. Press freedom bill would protect journalists facing persecution, but not Julian Assange. How Sirhan was mentored through parole by Suge Knight, mafia leaders. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, September 9, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Pro leagues will oppose FIFA's plan to hold Men's World Cup every 2 years. State AG launches investigation into Joliet Police Department. Police sweep Northwest Indiana school after getting report of active shooter, no injuries reported. Sinking Titanic's light makes another appearance at a Chicago street fest, for some reason. William Shatner celebrates aftermath upsides of Star Trek series, new album. Canadian fan favorite Leila Fernandez reaches U.S. Open semifinals. In-person arguments resume at Supreme Court. Lincoln Park woman was upset son would miss school when she falsely claimed a bomb was on plane in Florida, family says. Gambling wave coming to NFL television screens, in moderation. Olivia Jade, Martin Kove, Matt James among lineup for Dancing with the Stars. The next headlines are from the Times of India. BCCI makes Dhoni mentor of India's T20 World Cup squad. E-Times Celeb Tracker, today's 20 best celeb moments. Ashwin included in India's T20 WC squad, Chahal, Dhawan dropped. Taliban in Afghanistan, U.S. concerned as terrorists take control in Kabul. Government clears procurement of 56 transport aircraft for IF. No milk or water, shoppers face shortages at UK grocery stores. Leaving Kabul was only way to keep guns silent, ex-Afghan Prez. Quick edit, women in armed forces a welcome shift in mindset. Why Oppo has filed lawsuits against Nokia. Microsoft has new plan to solve Windows users' video pains. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, September 9, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. 2021 Fall-Winter Movie Preview. Are flip-flops on masks why Fort Bend ISD has so many COVID cases? Best of Houston 2021, Best Burger. Things to do, listen to the world premiere of 2 streams with Houston Chamber Choir. Identifying 2021 NFL MVP sleepers. Best of Houston 2021, Best Family-Friendly Restaurant. Best of Houston 2021, Best Live Venue, Large. Best of Houston 2021, Best CBD Shop. Best of Houston 2021, Best Place to People Watch. This week's Best Concerts. The next headlines are about world records making news. 100-year-old enters Guinness Records as world's oldest powerlifter, Good News Network. Broken world record and 3 Paralympic medals for Army soldier, DVIDS. Man sets Guinness World Record as he breaks many bricks at once using his elbow. Video stirs massive reactions. TR Nigeria News, Lichiting. Between winning gold medals and setting a world record, Robert Griswold was also the dorm dad in Tokyo. TeamUSA.org. Still a blur, this speed golfer's record-breaking round is hard to process. Golf.com. Woman aims for 3rd world record. News. Goskagit.com. Goskagit.com. Dr. Vitala Yathindra's book on heart achieved Guinness World Record for longest title of a book, latest lie. SIP sets Guinness World Record for most viewers of financial inclusion awareness video on YouTube, Daily News Egypt. Kutsia claims medal in world record time, The Southern Times. CrossFit affiliate owner Nick Napolsky sets new burpee world record, Morning Chalk Up. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Americans are not happy with the CDC's communication skills, poll finds. The world's biggest plant to suck carbon dioxide from the sky is up and running. Adorable, highly inbred land parrots are somehow genetically thriving. Larry Elders claimed California needs more logging to stop wildfires. The Amazon Panopticon comes for Whole Foods. The official Alien Cookbook is here to sci-fi up your next culinary adventure. Hoops Weird Recovery Tracker is getting smarter and more wearable. Mysterious stone walls found in deteriorating Scottish tomb. The brief story behind Doctor Strange calling Iron Man a douchebag. DJI turned its smartphone stabilizer into a steady telescoping selfie stick. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Yanbo in Saudi Arabia at 120.02 degrees Fahrenheit or 48.9 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 96.16 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 71.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Riot Games anti-cheat software will require TPM, secure boot on Windows 11. The Whoop Strap 4.0 launches today, 2 years after its predecessor. After ignoring ifs for too long, Toyota will invest $13.6 billion in batteries. To limit warming to 1.5 C, huge amounts of fossil fuels need to go unused. Windows Movie Maker Redux, Microsoft acquires web-based video editor Clipchamp. SEC threatens to sue Coinbase over lending product. The James Webb Telescope has a bona fide launch date. WarioWare, Get It Together review, this game should heed its own advice. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Chief suspect defiant on first day of landmark 2015 Paris attacks trial. Arizona Republican canvass claims to show vacant lot casting ballots. Here's what's really there. Here are 5 facts that anti-abortion activists don't want you to know. Sedition caucus Republicans target VP Harris, AOC and January 6 committee Dems with threat to telecom companies. Bomb victims Afghan library trashed under Taliban. Ron DeSantis laments the politicization of masks, which he's fought throughout the pandemic. Jason Miller feared being imprisoned in version of Guantanamo Bay during detention in Brazil. Halloween's Jamie Lee Curtis, I hate horror movies. This is disturbing. Man attacks 12-year-old black child on buses. Bystanders do nothing. Whoopi slams Texas Republicans. Are any of these men qualified to write a law when they're this clueless about a woman's body? The next headlines are from Mother Jones. We're spending peanuts on a problem more deadly than malaria. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Silicon Valley startup funded by billionaires hires top anti-aging experts, LPAR in English. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Jeff Bezos ups his investment in immortality, the motley fool. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, September 9, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Army confirms testing of UFO debris. A UFO conspiracy theorist, The Lonely Journey. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, September 9, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.